Street Fight listeners. We're back. It's the new year. And we're here again to continue on marching forward into this brave new world. We are Street Fight Radio, as always. Whoa! Your number one anarcho-comedy radio show on any station across the nation. King of the Flubs. There you'll never find a professional recording on any of our feeds. That's a promise that we give to you. And how you doing, folks? I hope well. I hope the new year has been good. I hope you're not stressing too much and trying to force yourself to be someone you're not capable of being. I hope you're not trying to be Superman or Superwoman or super non-binary, but just regular old will be just fine. You can get more of us at patreon.com/streetfightradio. As you always know, we're going to continue to try to spread this mess across the U.S. As safely as we can with rapid tests. So who knows what the future holds, but it's the one thing you can count on is that we will be here, as always.
We're here, baby. And yes, I have rapid tests at home. I'm feeling very, I have 4 rapid tests at my house. Plus I got the 4 coming in the mail.
Oh my goodness.
Plus I got 4 more coming.
Go anywhere you want.
I'm going to sell them, I think.
Really?
Why not? I don't think I need that many rapid tests. I ordered them all at different times, right? Like, I ordered 2 of them when we were really in the middle of a big COVID thing going on, and then they didn't get here until today. And I ordered the other ones when I ordered masks, because I ordered N95. By the way, I bought N95 masks thinking, like, this motherfucker, he's going to be wearing N95. It's going to be great. I accidentally bought the ones that go over your head.
You bought painter's masks?
Yeah, and now I have to wear them because nobody else in my family wants to wear them. I'm calling them the punishment mask now. Like I got one
mask.
with me. It is a dunce mask. I fucked up. I bought a dunce mask.
Yeah, you look like one of those petulant dads at the beginning that were like, "Oh, I got a goddamn mask in my toolbox."
Yeah. It just sucks to put on too, especially when you wear a hat.
It's not swaggy at all.
It's not. No, I bought Hollywood's best masks right before we left, and then I found out that they're not even that good. So like Hollywood doesn't know shit.
Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah. Well, no, it's Hollywood. They have pictures of celebrities wearing the masks. Okay. And people ask me, it's maskc.com, I think. Masks. And that's Hollywood's favorite masks. And the reason it's Hollywood's favorite masks is because they have different colors. And Hollywood's a very colorful place.
Yep.
So I got those, and then Gwen was like, that shit is rubbing off on my nose. Like the color from it was rubbing off on her nose.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I don't want to wear these. So now I have those. And I also accidentally bought non-N95 masks, which seems like pointless to own at this point, but I'm still using them, you know. But I bought the one like black ones that I thought were stylish, but those aren't
black
working.
surgical.
Yeah. So
black surgical's nice.
Yeah.
So why aren't you wearing a mask right now? You got a lot of masks to use up, my friend. You got a backlog of masks. You need to get out there and start doing some stuff.
I'm fucking throwing them away like crazy too. Like I use them to go to the store, and I come home, I throw it in the trash because it's just like I want to get through these over the head boys.
Yeah.
They should only be selling ear ones now.
They should make you put in a contractor's number to buy those ones. The ones with the yellow bungee strap.
Yeah. Yes, that's what it is. I have one with me right now. I hate it.
I had one at the beginning of that was my go-to for when quarantine first happened. I was like, Erica, don't worry, I've got it. And then I went down to the basement and had like some ratty old N95s from painting that my dad just was like, never going to use them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm feeling pretty good. I got the ones coming in the mail from Bonafide Masks.
Oh, okay.
But they're running behind on shipping. Yeah. So it's been a while. Those are the ones I actually like. And those are the actual ones. If I hadn't seen the advertisement that said Hollywood's favorite masks, I would have definitely bought the Bonafide mask. I've been buying those since the beginning of the fucking pandemic. Yeah. Bonafide masks. They're cheap. They're KN95 and they're black. which is all the things that I could ever want.
Bonafide too.
Bona, they're the good ones.
That's a big plus.
Yeah, and they're cheap. And I've gone in and bought those. I bought those fucking things, and then I fucking Googled something about masks, and the goddamn thing said these are Hollywood's favorite masks, and I was like, well, I gotta buy these. Feeling like a celebrity or something. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, you were in a weird place.
Yeah, I had
you were in like a trance or something.
I was. I don't even know why I would care about Hollywood.
I'm not understanding it either.
I just thought if I fucking bought Hollywood's best masks, people would stop me in the store and be like, "Where'd you get those masks?" If I'm being totally honest, that's what I thought.
You want people sweating your mask?
I do. I do. You know how I am. I have a weakness for like clothes.
You have a passion for fashion.
But not good fashion. I'm bad at it.
You're a Maxinista.
I am. Well, no, I'm not a Maxinista. I don't have any Max stuff. So. Okay. I had so many different situations happen to me over this time off. Like I was so sick. Mm-hmm. And then...
Making yourself sick, getting sick.
Yeah. So here's what happens. My hand's all fucking shredded up, right? And I'm going to tell you why. So I thought the worst thing that could ever happen to me was the piss in the drain situation that I had before we went on break. Right?
Yes.
You remember I had to reach in the piss drain and all that stuff? Yep. I fucking am getting my stuff ready in the morning. I drop a heavy thing on a glass in the sink. And the glass shards go in the garbage disposal. And I have to somehow figure out how... I have to stick my hand, which, by the way... never a good feeling. It doesn't matter if you've turned the power off. It doesn't matter because you know the garbage disposal isn't just gonna come on like a horror movie,
right?
You know, but you always think like, what if I have my hand down here and I lean up against the switch or something like that? So my hand got all shredded up, and I can say that was worse than the piss situation.
Yeah. I think you found something worse.
Yeah. But what
I tortured by your house.
Yeah, what I did was I was pulling the stuff out. Like I'm getting the big pieces out, and then I just flipped the fucking thing on and turned it to sand. Turned what was left into sand.
Okay.
And it fixed it. But boy, that was my hand was bleeding from like 5 different places. I didn't know what else to fucking do.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna call the fucking landlord. He's gonna come and yell at me for it.
You gotta get a potato on a stick and shove it down there.
That could have fucking worked, actually. That was like the
worst. I mean, it's better to see the blood. It's more fun that way.
Yeah, it's cooler.
Yeah, but especially they're those little tiny nicks that don't even mean anything, and somehow they spray blood.
Yeah. I have a shop vac. Somebody said buy a damn shop vac. I actually still have my brother's from the piss situation down in my basement, and I didn't think about the fact that I could have just stuck.
Yeah, because you're not living a shop vac life. You're living a rented shop vac life.
No, I'm not.
You're living a bloody-handed non-shop vac lifestyle.
Yeah. And then Gwen, it snowed here a couple days ago, and Gwen has to. She drives to school every morning. She has to clear the car, right?
Yeah.
I am an astoundingly cheap man, as everybody knows.
Oh, no.
And I haven't bought a scraper. I got one now. But I bought one eventually, but we were using a spatula for the whole first part. It was a metal spatula. And I would get in a car and the metal spatula would be there and I'd be like, gotta buy a scraper. And scraper, what, $5? Still too cheap to buy it. She goes outside. It was a different snow.
I mean, most insurance agents will give you one for free with their name on it. I feel like.
Well, no, but you want one of the long ones. You don't want one of those.
You don't want an ergonomic handle.
Yeah, you want it to be at least one of those.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. You gotta be able to throw your back into it.
Yeah. So she goes downstairs and she's like, they use a broom. I didn't know they were using a broom too. to sweep. So they
what did you give it to them? Was that a little? Did you sweeten the deal when you traded in your car and like we're gonna leave the ice scraper in there for you too?
Didn't have one in the Kia either. Just
how do you live in Ohio?
Because you can use several different things.
Because you already have the tools that you need at your disposal.
Right. Sometimes I'll use the snow shovel, and I'll just run it across the thing. And you know, we're not dumb. Like. We always remember to pull the windshield wipers up before the snow.
Okay.
We never forget that. So that is already like 90% of the problem when it snows. So we would go downstairs and we would get the shovel and then shovel it off and then use the spatula to scrape
detail work.
The ice. Yes. So I was worried about the spatula. I'm going to be fucking totally honest with you. I was worried because they were using a metal one.
Yeah.
That they were going to go out there and they were going to break that fucking thing break the window with that metal spatula. So in my mind,
I wouldn't want you scratching up the fucking window.
Yeah. In my mind, every time I go to the grocery store, here's the fucking problem with the Kroger's. Okay? It sounds like Jesse right now talking about Kroger.
Uh-huh.
They put the ice scrapers in the front of the store where you walk after you've already bought your groceries.
Okay.
Okay. So where the lottery thing is, where the coin thing is, that aisle that the baggers stand in to bag the groceries,
yes.
Right? They put the ice scrapers there. So every time I went to the store, I got my stuff, and then I walk down that aisle after I've already paid. I see the ice scrapers, and I'm like, I forgot it. I got to get it next time. And I never got it next time. Mm-hmm. And so she's using a shovel. She's like, I'm going to go downstairs and get the broom to wipe off the car. Okay? We're going to sweep the car off with a broom. And apparently she goes downstairs. She grabs the broom and she notices that on the top of the broom there is a screw, a sharp pointed screw taped to the broom at the top like a spear. And she says, "Do you know why that was?" And I was trying to get that thing out of the piss hole. Uh-huh. And I thought I could spear it with a broom with a screw tape to it. And then she was like, "Did I fucking touch the piss broom?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you touched the piss spear." I call it the piss spear.
A wooden handled broom.
It wasn't wooden handled. It was plastic. And it was
then it's fine.
And it was also the tape was packing tape, like the stuff you put on a package, because that's all we got. So it wasn't even duct tape. So I had a really crazy time off, really. I thought like if I would relax, I could relax, you know, take some time off, sit around, relax. And I did a lot of relaxing. That is not something that I did, but I did some of the dumbest. I just had some of the dumbest issues come and get me.
Yeah.
And the piss broom was one of them, but like, I ended up getting sick for 10 days, but not with COVID. So that was annoying. And then they put me on steroids and it fixed my back.
Cool.
But they said the back would go back out.
They
said it's only going to work while you're on the steroids, man.
So you got to go to the gym.
The lady said you got to go to a back doctor.
You said you need a backiotomy?
She did. She said, for the back, you're going to have to go to a back doctor. And I was like, you motherfucker. I don't even know what that fucking means.
I mean, for those of you that tuned in the shows, I was having a real bad time. And yeah, after COVID, I've just stayed inside mostly and haven't been doing shit. I did, we were feeling real squirrely and wanted to go to like my favorite bar. And ended up going, and there was like nobody there, and was like, we're just gonna leave. This is not a good idea. But I just wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah.
But I've been doing DoorDash.
The smell of a bar I like the smell
Oh my God,
of a bar.
Yeah, this one in the lights and the weird decorations, and they do. It's a great place.
Well, the well drink smell. When you go in there, there's this like crazy. Ever since cigarettes, no cigarettes inside. When you go into a bar, there's this fucking smell that is like sort of intoxicating to me. It smells like people getting drunk. Actually.
Yeah, people acting wild. Yeah, so we went. It was okay, but. Not going to do it again. Left very quickly. But I've been doing DoorDash as well. And that's been really good. It makes me feel like, I have to be more honest in 2022. And sorry to let down everybody that's listened for so long, but I like working. Like, I like doing stuff like that. It makes me feel like I have a purpose when it's just a very simple task of like, this person needs Chick-fil-A. You got to drive it to their house. You got 14 minutes to get it there, you know? And so, but also I've been witnessing the crumbling of everything through that. It's been bizarre. Like I've been in more situations now where people are just openly like yelling at the sky. Yeah. Like I was at Kroger and this guy's like, "Oh, come on. You've been kicking us in the teeth for 2 years now." Like he was
the worker?
No, and just someone in line. Someone like waiting was mad because they shut down something. And just the biggest baby in the world. So
Kroger's
weird.
Kroger's a bitch, though. I'm going to tell you about Kroger that pisses me off. They are trying, and this happened during the break too, at a place in I think Boston, where they just replaced all the cashiers with the things, and people flipped out about it.
Yeah,
like they hated it with the self-scan. It was really early in the vacation. It was, I think it's that place that did a strike when we were in Boston.
Oh, gotcha.
You remember Shop a Lot or some shit? I don't remember what the name is. Food Lion or whatever. It's not Kroger. But anyway, they replaced all of the cashiers at a store, and they said that like it was an utter fucking disaster because there are a lot of people who go to the grocery store and never do self-scan. They're old people. I mean, people my fucking age. I'm 43.
I still like to do it. I mean,
yeah,
I prefer it.
But man, Kroger only usually has one open now.
Oh, I know.
Maybe one. Sometimes none. At night, if you go in there, it's none. And then, like, the people that don't go through them regularly don't fucking understand them or how to use them. And then everybody's mad at the person that doesn't know how to fucking check out and bag their own fucking groceries. Yeah. Like, the person with no training at all. People are mad at that person, and it flips them out. And also, the other thing about those U-scans that makes me want to yell is when it fucking tells the guy to come and count your groceries. Mm-hmm. You ever had that happen?
No.
The motherfucker will say there's 43 items.
Oh, God.
And the guy is supposed to count all the items. They never do.
Oh, of course.
But, like, it says, wait, please wait. And then a person comes.
That's scare tactic. That's just to make you think they are keeping track of it. But, yeah, right. No employee is going to uphold that.
I mean,
they don't give a fuck.
112 items. I've had it say 112 items. I'm like, motherfucker. I mean, come on. But, like, I can see melting down at the grocery store now. I feel like I'm going to sometimes when I get in there, dude, and the line touches the back wall of a supermarket. That makes me want to fucking lose my mind. Yeah. I don't care if it's fast, because a lot of times it's faster than you think it's going to be. Yeah. I don't fucking care. And at the Kroger I go to, the line's always all the way to the back fucking wall, and there's a guy without a mask leaning his head over the back of my neck. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get COVID from the guy without a mask, like all on my neck. But it's like, why don't you fucking be reasonable? Like, if you're not going to wear a mask, don't, whatever. I'm not going to do. I'm not going to beat you up. But, like, don't fucking get close to
Step
people.
back, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Nobody's wearing masks anymore. I feel like the mask thing is the jig is almost up here, man.
I think people are.
Oof. I am not seeing it, man.
I don't know. I mean, I went to the bar. It's a bar, so nobody wears masks at
the
bar.
Well, you wouldn't expect that. But
the
fucking
grocery
Taco
store,
Bell, nobody wears a mask either.
The guy, I went to go do a DoorDash at like Old Bag of Nails, and I walk in and like the manager is sitting there, and like he grabs his mask and kind of hold it over his face like he's supposed to care while I'm there, and he's like just filling out paperwork. And then he like comes to talk to me, he won't even put it on his ears, and then he just waits for me to look away and then just throws it back down.
Yeah. I just think that like a lot of the workers are fucking done with it.
It feels like the beginning of a lot of like dystopian comic book stuff though. Like it feels like the beginning where people are just losing it, and there's nothing is open anymore. There's no matinee movies. That doesn't even exist anymore. Like the movie theater's open from like 4 to 9, and that's the only time they get people to work. I went to you know what I did? I'm gonna brag about my charity here, but I went and did DoorDash like all fucking day, and it's one of those things where it's the whole thing is snake bit because you don't get paid enough for what you do, and the car wear and tear and gas and all that. But even worse than that is you smell fast food all day and then you want to eat it. So most of the job is to be around fast food for 5 hours and not eat fast food at the end of it. Especially because it eats into your profits.
Yeah.
I went to this Chipotle at the mall, and it was like it was so disgusting, and there were so many people there, and there was just receipts printing out, and it was awful, and the teens that were running it, there was like 6 or 7 of them, and they all looked so fucking exhausted and beat to shit. And I was like, I had like a $50 bill in my pocket, and I just put it in the tip jar because I felt so bad immediately for them. It was just like, no one should be doing this. It's so fucking rough out there right now.
I mean, people are yelling. Everything's busy.
Everything's closed. Nothing is reliably open. Nothing's available. Everything costs more.
Well, and that's been my thing about coffee, right? It's like everybody knows that I always buy a coffee. And, that's a good point in the chat. Psychic Gasoline just made the point right there. The big problem is that 24-hour shopping people are having to mix with daytime shopping people.
That's true. I'm a 1 a.m. shop. I would do 1 a.m. grocery shopping a lot.
Me too, baby. Me too. I'd rather go at night. I used to grocery shop at 10, 11 o'clock at night. Now everything's closed at 11. Yeah. Nothing's open 24 hours anymore.
It's so hard to find something to do late night.
Yeah, and they can't.
And even now, I mean, I am paying attention to the amount. Like, I'm not going out or anything. There's a few concerts I've wanted to go to that I'm just gonna wait it out some.
Yeah.
For some little bit of relief.
Yeah, I wanted to go to wrestling last week, and in Detroit, I was thinking about going, and then I was like, well, I didn't want to go anymore, and I was sick. I wasn't sick the day of the wrestling show.
You were sick.
I was sick 2 days before it. So it was like, am I going to be okay to go? And I don't know what happened with my sickness. I was just passing out. But you're right. People are going fucking crazy out there. It has been like, and it is one of those things that's like, when you got a fucking election coming up this year, and like you have the midterms happening, and this is going to be a fucking bloodbath, dude. That's the thing I've been looking at. It's like, it's going to be, I mean, not that it matters.
I don't know if my DoorDash, I don't feel like anybody that I interact with DoorDash gives a shit.
Oh, really?
Like the employees or the people ordering.
I think people.
I don't know if that matters. Has midterms ever mattered to anybody that wasn't like a fucking dork?
I think that like once they start happening in the commercial, like I think that like nobody's thinking about them right now, right? But in September and October, commercials are going to run all fucking day about guys.
They're going to go in and on Mary Ellen O'Shaughnessy.
Whoever it is. I don't even know. I'm not voting in a goddamn midterm. What's the fucking point? Who's running? Anyway, we don't even know who's running here. They're trying to fix the thing.
Gerrymandering.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
They're trying to fix the gerrymandering here. I don't think it's going to happen.
They made some ground on it.
Okay, yeah, because that could change the whole thing. I might care.
Yeah.
I could see myself caring about smaller things Like, I can see myself caring about, like, local issues. I can see myself caring about, like, who is the state rep. Who, like, those things, I could actually visualize myself. But it is so pointless to try to vote for these things. Because I'm voting with, like, guys with the Trump Rambo thing. Right. Hanging up. Like, way more of them than me. So I just am like, I don't know. If they fix it, they're going to fix it. But
I live in a super gerrymandered district. It's like, it's a little pencil that just shoots into Columbus, and then there's a big lasso at the top with all the fucking rednecks.
Right. And so if I'm in Louisiana, though, you got to admit, if you're in Louisiana, you're voting for that guy that smoked a blunt in his commercial.
I didn't know.
Did you see him? Oh, God, I got to get him. There is a guy that ran his first campaign commercial to introduce himself, and he's just smoking a fucking... He's smoking a blunt with an eighth in the thing.
Yeah.
And it got, like, huge news. It's smart. It is absolutely... it's so hard to... What's the word? It's so hard to get attention, and, like... I think it's smart, actually, to smoke a blunt. He's got a huge blunt. It says that he's a Democratic Senate candidate in Louisiana. Senate.
It's illegal in Louisiana, right?
He's running against a GOP Senator John Kennedy.
Okay. A Kennedy? A Republican Kennedy?
I think it's a different kind of Kennedy.
Yeah.
Whatever. But marijuana, once a taboo subject for American politicians, is featured front and center in a new campaign ad out of Louisiana. Democrat Gary Chambers is seen lighting and inhaling a blunt in his debut TV ad, clocking in at 37 seconds. And he goes, every 37 seconds, somebody is arrested for possession of marijuana. Chambers, a 36-year-old community organizer, says in the video. Still a prohibited Schedule I substance under federal law, marijuana remains illegal without any decriminalization measures in 24 states. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year, Chambers continues in the ad. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. And
yeah, he looks dope.
Yeah, he's cool. It's the only cool political ad ever made.
Yeah, and you want to talk about cigars, like, those things don't scramble your fucking brain at all. They just make you smell bad and make your stomach hurt.
He looks so cool. Nobody, even if he doesn't get elected, he's going to be the coolest politics guy out there for the rest of time. Nobody does stuff like that.
He's got a little spark going.
Yeah. You got to have guts. Guts. Especially when, like, you're trying to figure out, like, how am I going to get people to vote for me? How am I going to get people to know who I am? Especially if I'm running for Senate, which is like, I don't know who my senator... Sherrod Brown might be my senator, or Rob Portman.
Who's the Ohio? Rob Portman. There's two of them, right?
Yeah, I think it's Rob Portman and Sherrod Brown, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, looks like it.
Okay, so I did know our two senators, but that's because I protested Rob Portman when the police knocked those people out of their wheelchairs.
Yeah.
For ACT UP, and I know Sherrod Brown because I'll never forget him because of Sherrod, the Republican that ran against him. Like, I don't know how he didn't win. He ran the campaign that said Sherrod Brown let us down. So every time I hear the name Sherrod Brown, I go, let us down.
Sherrod Brown, I remember when we went to the airport protest, he showed up and people talk shit behind his back. Like, he's down here to ruin this shit. He's gonna tell everybody to go home.
It's so funny these guys show up and then people are like, well, a senator showed up, but, you know, he's ruining everything.
Pack it up.
Yeah, fuck him. We don't need him. That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how. Like, he's just like such a half-baked guy. Like, just useless. It's like if you're not fighting for what's right, and the playbook is already there. Yeah. You aren't reading, you aren't progressing, you aren't advancing your politics. You're not looking to do anything progressive. You're just trying to save your ass and say something that makes people think you are.
Yeah, and I think he is like a guy, because do you remember
Because like, why? How's your state doing what it's doing to abortion and everything, and you aren't like talking shit constantly? Like, what's that about?
Not even saying a word, right?
Can't be found.
Don't hold your breath. I just typed Sherrod Brown marijuana, and the first thing says, "Don't hold your breath on passing marijuana banking legislation," says Senate Banking Chair Sherrod Brown.
Nice.
I just think that, like, yeah, I think he's just like a super middle of the road guy.
Yeah, he's just
like, he's a union guy, I think.
Okay.
I believe he is a union guy. He talks like he smokes too. That's the thing that really makes me nuts. Is he's like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm just Sherrod Brown over here." You know, and I'm like, that guy sounds fucking cool. He sounds like Oscar the Grouch.
A little bit. I love Oscar.
A little excited about him. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I do think people care about it. I do think people end up caring about the midterms, but I also think that people like vote really poorly in the midterms, where they're just like, I don't know. I saw a commercial and they said this guy did something and now I hate him, but we'll watch it. I mean, we had Morgan Harper on that one time. She seemed really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Got beat in a primary, but you know, anybody that comes on Street Fight isn't going to win. Somebody in what was I gonna say? Somebody on Twitter said that they wanted to hear my take on something, so I will throw this out there for you, Brett. WWE wrestling has a guy named Walter. Walter rules. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Okay, we saw him wrestle PCO in person. One of the best matches I've ever seen in my life. I would put that up there with anything I've ever seen. Crazy. Mm-hmm. They're changing his name. They go, they trademark a name, and it's Gunther Starks.
Okay.
Okay, so like if you go online and you Google Gunther Starks, he was a famous Nazi U-boat captain.
Nobody did that?
Nobody Googled that. They ended up, if nobody would have said anything yesterday, they would have called him Gunther Starks on the show, and it would have been extra funny. But like, I think that they just don't Google stuff. They recently had a thing called submission sorority. And when people Googled submission sorority...
It's a porno series?
Of course it is. It's porno. So, yeah, they just keep accidentally doing Nazi stuff. One of the other guys in his faction...
He was the ring comp guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's accidentally done Nazi stuff over and over and over again. And it's just like... if you're German, and I hate to do this to you German people, if you're a German person and you're listening, I mean, we naturally think all your stuff is Nazi. Yeah. And that's just because you guys were the Nazis.
You should not do it anywhere near. You should Google thoroughly.
You should run from the word Kampf.
Yeah.
I think you should just not use that word, period. Yeah. And then
when we saw them live, it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When people were chanting Ring Kampf. Like, it was like, what?
Oh, we had German guys in front of us.
Yeah.
That were chanting like ring, and we were like, okay. Yeah, Germany.
I don't know if it was German. It might have just been two enthusiastic whites. Which is.
Yeah, you still don't want that.
Yeah, nobody say it. Just don't say it.
You don't want people getting excited about
Don't do
German
the mustache.
Stuff.
Don't do the name. Don't do any of it.
The mustache thing. It's like the thing where people will say the swastika is a Buddhist thing. And it's like, well, if you're in like India and there's swastikas everywhere, it's like, that's one thing. It's like a Hindu thing, right? If you're over in a country that's like primarily Hindu and there's swastikas everywhere, all right, whatever. Don't do it diagonal ways. You don't want to accidentally end up being a Nazi. It's really, I don't know how you could Oh my God. So Psychic Gasoline said, my state almost passed a bill that would have made it illegal for a teacher to say that Nazis were of low moral value. These laws that they're passing about teaching and these laws that they're passing about teaching are just terrifying to me. I haven't looked through a lot of them.
Yeah.
But yeesh. My daughter has been protesting the anti-CRT stuff in Ohio. Like she's part of a anti-racism group.
Are they doing it in her school?
Yeah.
They're trying to get rid of CRT?
No, not in her school. It's a Columbus
CRT.
school thing. They're trying not to. But there are anti-CRT people in my neighborhood too, obviously.
For sure.
There's like rich people and then there's the liberal type people. But, you know. I saw this story on Monday. Do you know Amy's, Brett?
Amy's
Kitchen. The food.
The frozen food?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to stop on the way because I found out she had a restaurant when we did the West Coast tour. I wanted to stop there.
Okay, so I don't know about the restaurants. That's fine. When Inez de la Luz showed up for work at the Amy's Kitchen factory in Santa Rosa, California, wearing an arm brace, prescribed after she couldn't move her hand at the end of a fast-paced shift making frozen burritos in July 2020, she says a supervisor ordered her to remove the brace and return to the production line.
Damn! That's fucked up.
Cold-blooded. That is nuts thing to say to somebody. That's just like saying...
Let's stop production. That's everybody should stop.
Yeah.
No, fuck this.
Yeah.
We're not making people take braces off.
Dude, it is like saying you can't get your job done, so cut that cast off.
Yeah.
Bro, you can't fucking climb a ladder with that cast. Cut it off and get back to work.
You fell and hurt your back, but we need you standing up and moving boxes. What else are you good for?
I mean, it is a thing where it's like, part of you is like, they are so desperate right now for people to work that this is where things are like really getting bad. And it's like employees have power, but like it's so hard not to feel like you're gonna get in trouble for exercising your power. Like, well, I knew I had power. I knew I had like a small amount of power when I was working at jobs, but I never exercised any of that power because I was afraid. I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to be in a conversation with somebody that was hurt feelings by me. Yeah. So like, I think I think that like the supervisors at these places are probably at their wits' end, but who cares because they're treating the employees terribly, I'm sure, too.
You said that was July 2020 when that happened?
Yeah.
So that was right after quarantine and all of that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It would get back to normal shit.
It was the start of a 1.5-year ordeal that would send her back and forth to a doctor who she says hesitated to give her tougher work restrictions, and eventually to a new job in the factory disinfecting the cafeteria alongside other injured workers. So they just have like a whole crew of injured workers.
Here's a spray bottle and a rag. Stay busy all day.
Yeah. De La Luz.
Bet you won't get injured again.
Yeah.
Bet you won't get injured again.
I mean, if your factory just has like a big group of injured workers, there might be a problem with the way that you're conducting the work.
Right.
And like the thing about doing Street Fight is that like over this 10 years, like when we talk about work at specifically food factories, it is so bad. We have never heard like, oh, somebody got a job at a food factory and everything's going great there. It's always like, you think about the Lay's factory that we talked about. The
Lancaster had that cereal factory for a while, but it was always punished. It's always punishing work hours and like an insane, and it just, you can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
They want you working 6 days a week.
Oh God, yeah. Well, that was Kellogg's. The Kellogg's.
Yeah.
16 hours a day, 7 days a week at the Kellogg's place.
Yeah, and it's like, who keep up or get lost.
Yeah.
Even in Amazon's adopting the same thing too. I mean, they're just churning through people.
Yeah, Blue Apron we did at one point. Their factory was like people were stabbing each other and getting hurt and cutting themselves and all kinds of shit. It's the meat packet, the fucking meat.
Meat's been bad forever.
Well, forever, but especially during COVID has been really bad. Like, really fucking bad. I bought Tyson meat while I was on break. And, worst mistake I ever made. I was just trying to fit in with my family. Because they were having like a kind of trashy dinner, fish sticks and shells and cheese and broccoli.
Damn.
Yeah, sometimes they like that. When me and you are on tour, they eat that. They eat fish sticks.
Shells and cheese?
Shells and cheese and broccoli. They just like that dinner. It's like a comfort dinner.
Macaroni and cheese or like stuffed shells?
No, shells and cheese. Macaroni, like Velveeta shells
Deluxe.
and cheese.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, not deluxe.
Not deluxe.
No, you don't want to buy the deluxe. You
I like the deluxe.
Want to like real fucking squirt that cheese into a thing and boom, you got yourself a nice cheese.
I buy the deluxe Velveeta. Charlotte hates it.
Yeah.
She says Kraft. She actually says that. She just says, she's like, is it Kraft macaroni and cheese? I'm like, yes.
Did she fall for it? Because there's a way big difference.
No. No, I'm sorry. I meant she asked now. Anytime I say, do you want macaroni and cheese? She says, is it Kraft macaroni and cheese?
Yeah, Kraft macaroni and cheese so good. That fucking cheese.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
I hate it.
This guy I used to work with, this guy I used to hang out with a lot. I worked with him too. Used to just buy like a bunch of macaroni and cheeses and then take the cheese powder out and put it on popcorn.
Uh-huh.
And he fucking loved
Innovator.
it. He was an innovator because they ended up
They sell that now.
doing that.
Yeah, they sold, I remember I think even feel like when I was a teenager, they started selling just a shaker full of the cheese.
Yeah.
The powder. Like you could just have it and, throw it in your mouth as a little snack.
I think you have it once when you're a kid. Or I had it so often when I was a kid that like it's like Reese cups. It's the same fucking thing, that Kraft mac and cheese. So anyway, they are like, we're going to have this dinner. And I'm like, I hate fish sticks. I don't eat fish sticks. They're disgusting.
I love when people say fish sticks. It sounds like fish dicks.
Yes, it does sound like fish sticks. So I'll go to the store and get myself some chicken nugget
Chicken dicks.
things. Some chicken sticks.
Yeah.
Of some sort. I fucking buy buffalo flavored anytizers.
Why?
Those are the ones I saw. I thought it sounded like if I'm going to get one.
You don't have to, though.
But I was doing it. It was just the way I was feeling.
You were going for a race for the bottom.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to get
anytizers.
I got anytizers. Huge mistake, by the way. They smelled, they tasted, they were the worst flavored things I've ever had. I'm telling you.
There's so many fancy schmancy frozen shit now, isn't
There's
there?
not really. No.
There's
not chicken nuggets, dude.
You can't get like...
What I should have done is got the fucking vegetarian chicken nuggets. Because I like those. The corn. I should have got some corn.
Right.
But I fucking didn't.
Corn.
And I said, I'm going to get some anytizers. And I had to light candles and spray Lysol in the house to get the smell out. Because, like, I took 2 bites. And if I fucking keep smelling this, I'm going to throw up all over the house. Like, I couldn't get the smell out of the house. It was a bad fucking experience, man. So let me just say, don't eat anytizers. As if anybody listening to the show is going to eat anytizers.
We have an anytizer audience.
We do, actually, the listeners.
There's lots of people that are going to email you and say, like, you got to try them with ranch or something.
Yeah, and fellow worker, I know I bought the anytizers before Mike and Jesse talked about them. So that is also why I didn't know how bad
I thought you got the idea from them. I thought you were listening to their podcast and you're like, my friends like anytizers.
No.
Because Mike bought them.
No, I didn't hear it until after I had the anytizers. And then I was like, oh, I wish I would have heard that. Bad mistake. So
yeah, that's gross.
De La Luz and other...
You cooked them in the oven too, right?
I did. I don't have a fryer.
Yeah.
My wife won't let me buy an air fryer or a fryer. She says if we have it, we'll use it. I'm like, no shit.
Right.
It's
now we can get down to eating good. You like eating all this fake fried shit in the oven. Do it right. Air fryer is so easy. It's so stupid. And it's way better than deep fry. It's not better, I mean.
French fries. I bake French fries.
Ugh,
all the time.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I know it's stupid.
Unacceptable.
It's stupid. I've never fried something in my house myself, ever.
Yeah, I got rid of my deep fryer and I want it back.
Yeah. De La Luz and another injured worker who cleans the cafeteria say it was called the Corral, like on a farm. Though they aren't sure where the name originated, they say it highlighted the feeling that they were no longer important to the company, a family business that is one of the country's top makers of vegetarian, frozen, and canned food. De La Luz said that in the fall of 2021, when she learned that she was a candidate for surgery to treat her arm injury, Amy's Kitchen told her it was eliminating her position in the cafeteria and laid her off.
Woo!
Yeah. There are a lot of days I think I'm good for nothing, that my life will never be the same, and I'll never live without pain again, she said. Which is, I mean, that is how you can feel, though.
I know, it is. No, that's...
When your job fucks your body up, it makes you feel it is a fucked up thing in your head.
Well,
you know?
And you constantly need money all the fucking time, and now you're limited in your range of motion or what you can perform.
I mean, what can you really do these days if you don't have a college degree? If also, I don't know how old she is, you know, but like, if you're over, I think sometimes about like, what if I had to go get a real fucking job at 43 years old? I feel like it probably is a lot harder because they wouldn't want to hire an old guy. You know, I don't think I'm that
You're
old
reliable
yet.
but useless.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Especially for women, though, you know, it's actually true that like the older women get, the less people will hire them, and like it's been that way forever.
Well, when I worked at the warehouse, I mean, I worked with a lot of like people that were 40 or 50, close to 60, that were like used to do other jobs but were injured and had to be downgraded to like just folding clothes all day or picking orders and stuff. But they always had like wrist guards on, or they're like, yeah, I can't lift my arms above my fucking shoulders. Check it out. Like I'm fused together in some way, or like my wrists don't turn anymore. And it's just like, yeah, people give up range of like the use of their body for a job.
Dude,
then the job is like, well, we needed the only good thing about you was your body, you know, that arm that was working is what we were paying for, really.
Yeah. I mean, they used to send me, or when I worked at the cable company, like, and I got injured, I was like, oh, listen, I know this doesn't sound like me. I understand that. I said, I'll come in and do like office work. You could teach me how to do dispatch. You could teach me how to do something. And they were like, we don't do light duty here. And I was just like, oh, because I didn't think there was any way they were going to pay me workman's comp. So I got like really scared that they were just going to get rid of me because they don't do light duty. And I got to imagine that now that I'm reading this and through other things I've heard, I don't think businesses do light duty. I just don't think that's like a thing that exists anymore. Where they're just like, you're not, I mean, this place obviously does the Corral. Amy's Kitchen.
I mean, the most, pretty much every place I've ever worked, it's like, okay, you're on light duty. Okay, everybody doesn't like you. Everybody's passive aggressive. We're waiting for you to leave. You know, we're getting rid of you. Just take the hint and stop coming back to work.
Yes. One former and 4 current workers say so Amy's goes, at Amy's, our heroes are our employees on the front lines who are coming to work every day so that we can continue to make food for people to eat. That's what they say, you know. But
we make food for people to eat.
Well, but yeah,
it's in the name, food, I think.
It's technically what they are.
We make food.
This is such a huge bummer too, because Amy's like my wife, big
office
Amy's
lady.
head.
Yeah,
that's such an Amy's
office
head.
Lifestyle.
Yeah,
Amy's gets it done. Too pricey for me. I think it's too expensive. But I have to say also, early in my vegetarian days, it got me through a lot.
Yeah.
It delivered enough. The Santa Fe fucking burrito or enchiladas or whatever. Like that delivered, you know. It was a little pricier, but it was cheaper than fast food, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had like 3 lean cuisines in my life, and they like really.
That's dog shit.
Oh, you know what I used to eat a lot when I was in the office?
There's like 90. Amy's isn't like a 90-cent.
No. Amy's $6.
Yeah, Amy's
$6.
is damn near. You're just like, you, god damn it, you almost charged the full price.
Actually, I think it's $4.99. I would say Amy's is a $4.99 because like what I used to get when me and my wife were like at our brokest and I was working at the call center, we would go and buy a bunch of those and whatever was on sale. But most of the time, I was really into the Marie Callender's pizza. I get a Marie Callender's pepperoni pizza and throw it in the microwave at work, which is the worst food. It fucking just and it's the same thing with like lean cuisine. I used to have to get a lean cuisine pizza if that was on sale that week. It was just really whatever's on sale for 10 for 10 was what I was going to be having for lunch for the whole week at work. And I really hate it. But Amy's, first of all, I got to tell you the truth. I've never had an Amy's frozen because my wife loves them though.
Doesn't share.
I used to get her, she used to be allowed to have 2 of those a week and then lean cuisine or whatever for the rest of the week because we're not an Amy's everyday family.
Sure.
We don't have Amy's everyday kind of money. They say the growth of Amy's Kitchen has been made possible by increasing the speed of production lines and that workers are becoming injured in an effort to maintain the speed. They say that the conditions leave them especially vulnerable to repetitive stress injuries that gradually get worse over time. Amy's Kitchen employs 2,700 people across the country and cooks and packages his meal at production facilities in Idaho, Oregon, and 2 factories in Northern California. The company also has 4 fast food restaurants on the West Coast, which plans to open more in 2022. Well, maybe you will get to try it again, Brett. Mm-hmm. The workers there say that the production lines have steadily increased in speed over the years without corresponding increases in pay or better resources to prevent injuries. After the pandemic started, Amy's Kitchen executives said in several interviews that it increased the production to meet unprecedented consumer demand for prepared foods. First, we were doing 21,000 plates in 8 hours. Then they saw that they could do more, said Cecilia Luna Ojeda, who has worked in the Santa Rosa factory for 17 years. She said that each production line now makes 25,716 plates of food during an 8.5-hour shift. So they upped that by 4,700. For like overtime. And you gotta fucking really be a piece of shit to be turning up the speed on the machine. This is the thing I always think about when they talk about sped up assembly lines. When you're the guy fucking pulling the switch to faster, you're a piece of shit.
Hang on tight, everybody. Here we go. There's just human joints, like robots and things that can be oiled and replaced. They can move their arm back and forth repetitively. You can't have people just picking shit up the line for hundreds of fucking items every
rolling
minute.
Burritos.
Yeah.
And like, because that's what it look. The pictures on here are burritos.
Okay.
And it looks like they're like a lot of them are just rolling. It's roll, roll. And it's like, if you're speeding that up, you're right. Like, think about even like a robot arm or something like that. Like if you did that to like a robot arm, it would fall apart. Like things fall apart over repetitive use. And also it's like
a 20% increase almost in productivity.
Right. And if you don't need, like when they say unprecedented demand for their stuff happened during the pandemic, it's like, well, guess what? We can't make enough. You know?
Yeah.
We don't have to
sell out.
Yeah. You gotta run. Yeah, we ran out.
Yeah. You did enough.
Like, look at a barbecue business model. Like, what if a barbecue place was like, no, we want to just make sure that no matter how much is needed, we're going to have. You know what, Amy's? If you didn't get those extra 7,000, if you didn't get those extra 6,000 fucking plates a day, nobody would care. There is not a person on the fucking planet that would be like, I can't believe there's no Amy's at the grocery store. Now what am I going to do?
There'd be a guy in the frozen food section going, they've been kicking us in the teeth for 2 years now. Amy's is never here.
My dad probably flipping out. Oh my God.
When he said they kicking us in the teeth, my head
They had
snapped.
to
I
know.
was like, what the fuck? This guy's mad.
Yeah. Oh my God. Here you go. Amy's Kitchen disputes that it mistreats injured workers. If an occupation, well, okay, well then I trust them. It says if an occupational or personal injury does occur, we are committed to finding safe, reasonable accommodation for everyone and do all that we can to make employees feel supported from the onset of injury or illness to and through recovery. First of all, there's not a recovery. There's not repetitive. I don't think there's repetitive strain injury recovery.
Yeah.
I don't think that exists.
Yeah, it's just less painful or drug it up, but
they aren't drugging none up anymore either. I don't think there's surgery I don't think you can fix it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I've known so many ladies with carpal tunnel. Well, and men, and probably non-binary, but so many people I knew had carpal tunnel. That aren't like trying to be lazy or get out of work.
No.
Their fucking hands fucked up. The whole thing is fucked up. But the workers say they're expected to prove any injuries they report to Human Resources with a doctor's note, typically from physicians working at a nearby Concentra, a for-profit urgent care chain. The Concentra doctors seem to look at them superficially or downplay their injuries, the workers say. Della Luz, who shared her medical records with NBC News, says when she complained to her first doctor at Concentra that his restrictions weren't protecting her because he wrote them as suggested guidelines that only applied to her upper right extremity rather than her entire arm, with an additional note that the patient may work their entire shift. He told her that he didn't want to revise his prescription because he was scared of Amy's and Amy didn't want us to stop working, De La Luz said.
Yeah, did you see in the chat what Grinzel posted?
No.
They have they have on-site health care.
There you go. That is exactly how they're getting away with it. Nobody's really injured, I guess.
And they're probably making money from running an urgent care inside their fucking building.
Oh, God, yeah. I wonder if they do have to pay. I mean, having an on-site urgent care would be... That should be illegal. I think that should be illegal.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say that, like, I think that it should be a third... I think you should be able to pick the doctor.
Yeah, absolutely.
That you go to. I think that if you work at a place and you have repetitive strain injury, you should be able to go to a different doctor and see them. But what probably happens is either they don't have health insurance. So it's like if I got to go to the doctor, or the urgent care is free, right? So like they probably are like, well, you could go to an urgent care, your own doctor. You could go to the urgent care in here, which is free, and you don't have to pay for any of it.
Yeah.
And then the doctor's just like, fuck it. It sucks though that like Amy's is a place that you're sort of thinking like, I know you can't ever trust.
No, but you're
they're
right.
Nice, but they always
run off that. Yeah, they're vegetarians. They care about animals, but they don't. But they, not humans. They don't think are animals. Humans they treat worse than animals.
Yeah. And actually, yes, they do. They always do. Remember Burgerville?
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, we sing these cows a lullaby before they go to sleep, and then we kill them nicely.
Yeah.
In their sleep, and then they're like, but our workers, we want to crush them and juice out all of their labor.
Yeah.
We want to put them in a vice and just turn it until we squeeze all of their labor out of them, and then just kind of throw them away. Really. God damn. Maria del Carmen Gonzalez has been unable to work with her right arm after she tore a tendon in her shoulder on the production line last April. After months of physical therapy and working with just her left arm, Her doctor recommended surgery, according to medical records reviewed by NBC News, but the firm overseeing workers' compensation claims on behalf of Amy's Kitchen rejected the doctor's recommendation for surgery in October, writing that even though she wasn't progressing, surgery was not deemed medically necessary. Goodness gracious, they're evil.
Yeah. Hard to say. I mean, how do you argue with someone when they're like, my fucking arm hurts and I can't do this job? And they're like, I don't know. I bet you can.
Dude, you used to have a bit that you would do where it was just no.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the old bit you used to do where it would be like, my arm's messed up. It really hurts. And then the HR person just look at you and go, no.
Yeah.
No, it don't hurt.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. It actually doesn't. I mean, you're saying it hurts. And like, I've never had a human resources or a supervisor person that didn't think my pain was fake.
Yeah, we don't have any room in the budget for that right now.
Yeah.
There's no play. Like, I can't do that. I have to tell them you're ready to go back to work. I can't prolong this any longer.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking crazy. And they're like, you don't have pain when it's like this job is impossible to do without pain. Like if I do this job, this person's working there for 28 years.
Yeah.
This person, Janet Barcenas, she has chronic pain in her shoulder and leg, and her doctor told her she will never recover completely. Her doctor wrote a note in 2020 requesting that she be allowed to use a chair while on the line. A supervisor initially rejected the request, she says, telling her that we're just not going to do what the doctor says. We're going to do what we think is best, Barcenas said. She complained again, telling a supervisor that I was speaking not just for me, but for everybody. Human Resources finally agreed to add chairs. She said, like, that is the other thing about fucking these places, man. They're so against chairs. I don't get the fucking thing about being against chairs.
Yeah, I mean, I think didn't somebody from Slayer, like, didn't Tom Araya have to get like spine surgery from headbanging too much?
Yeah,
It's part of doing the job. I mean, he's done it for 30 years, repetitive motion. If you're gonna be making Amy's for 20 years, that fucking arm joint's gonna run out of lube. It's gonna just like break down.
Listen to this.
No arm is meant to be made fucking just rolling burritos, just moving forward and backwards hundreds of times a day.
They have such. I really think that these factories and shit and warehouses should have sort of like a cradle, a hiring to the grave kind of responsibility, especially for pain, on people that have worked there. For especially like somebody that's working there for 28 years. Right. It's like you owe her for the rest of her life.
You've made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of the burritos at this point. She's done for you tens of thousands of burritos, and on those you've made an incredible amount of money.
Yeah, it should basically just turn into Cadillac health insurance. It should basically they owe you.
That's my dad. I mean, my dad fell apart. His fucking back fell apart, and the best they can do is disability. But, like, he built so many things for millionaires and gave his ability to fucking walk away.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me some stuff about him that really pissed me off. But that was, like, a whole other thing, the weed thing. That really pissed me off. Just the doctor, I hate to say it about your dad, but just this is something that doctors are doing now. They drug test you for weed to make sure that you can have your pain medicine, which is fucked up. Because they do two different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they make you sign contracts too.
Yeah, the workers interviewed there was one more thing. Human Resources finally agreed to add chairs, she says, but they didn't bring enough for everyone. On some days, there is no chair ready for her. They act like we don't need these things. So they said, we'll give you chairs, but not for everybody. You guys got to fight over these chairs.
Yeah, well, it's for the weakest. Who's the weakest here? Who needs a chair? Who's weak?
Oh, if you're sitting in that chair, they're looking at you like you're the fucking worst worker. You're right. You're totally fucking right about that. So that is Amy's. Amy's is a bad place. I wanted to tell you something kind of funny, Brett, before we wrap up the first show back. My dad called me yesterday for my birthday.
Nice.
Which I don't, you know how it is with your parents. Like I try to not like talk to them very much.
That's not how it is for everybody. I don't.
Yeah, well, for me, I try. And you know, my dad doesn't like super listen to me, and I don't think he really cares anything about me. Fuck. You know, like I don't think there's anything that like I could say to him that he would be like interested in, which is totally fine. That's cool. But he tells me, yeah, but we're not having anybody over right now. Which, by the way, I wasn't even going over there. I wasn't asking if I could go to his house or anything. He was just like start doing a conversation starter where he decided to tell me we're not having anybody over to the house because we're going on a cruise. Which I think is such psycho behavior.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big news. Yeah. Well, I can't go out or anything.
We're going on a cruise. Now. A cruise. So.
Does he want to get stuck?
I don't fucking know. He
wants to get stuck eating cheese sandwiches and tomato slices.
Well, this is the part that's going to get you, Brett. He goes like this. Well, I can't do the impression like you can. He goes, well, you know, you're hearing about all these cases on the cruises, and it's like, yeah, most cruises it's like averaging around like 58 cases, but that's like with 3,000 people on the cruise. Okay, so that's like not even that bad. I've been researching the numbers, and I'm like, he must be going to like the cruise ship lobbying group.
He hasn't had it yet?
He hasn't had COVID, and he doesn't want it. He's like really super avoiding it. My stepmom is immunocompromised. So that's also like a thing where it's like, it seems so risky.
There's a million other things I would do besides go on a cruise.
I know, you can still do stuff. Yeah. Nobody's fucking saying you can't take trips. You can fucking go to New York City, and it's less dangerous than going on a fucking cruise. Like, there's
only 58 people. Who knows? Just don't play blackjack for too long. You might be next to one of them.
It must be Carnival Cruise owners, like the owners of the place. He's like, they're actually really safe, you know. You get there, and when you're at the port, they make you show your vaccine card and your negative test. They make you show that thing 5 times before you get even on the boat. And it's like, well, I mean, that doesn't do anything. That's like not much of anything. They could just show it once before you get on the boat. It doesn't make me feel safer than they did it 5 times.
No.
So
hanging out with a tightly knit group of people is not something to be doing right now.
Oh, I know. So he goes
for that long.
He goes like this.
Strangers, not people. It's strangers.
So yeah. So he goes like this. We're actually, you know, the way that we do things is we don't get off the boat, really.
What?
Like we
like when they go to port,
stay on the boat the whole time. Which that was what I wanted to tell you. That's
fucking bizarre,
crazy thing I've ever heard. I know I've never been on a cruise at all. But I think you're supposed to get off the boat. They don't get
point.
Yeah, they get on the boat.
I mean, the ripoff is that they tell you that you're going to go to Puerto Rico and St. Martin and St. Thomas and all those things. And they give you 6 to 8 hours of time. And then, of course, the first hour and the last hour of that is all figuring out how to get to or from the ship. So you're there for 4 or 5 hours. You're there for no amount of time that you'd want to be in Puerto Rico for. And other than that, it takes 3 days to get there on the boat and 3 days to get... You're 6 days on the boat, 6 hours in Puerto Rico. That's like the sweetest part of the journey. That's the only fucking reason to go.
They stay on the boat the whole time.
Why don't they just rent a hotel and live in a hotel? Why don't they sell their house and just live in a fucking hotel?
I don't know what they do. I don't know what they want.
They don't gamble?
I think they gamble, but not very much because they're not like big on like, you know,
adrenaline rushes.
They don't want to waste money, I guess. So, and also they don't like people either. Like they hate people.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet you a lot of money they don't talk to anybody on that boat. My dad might talk to the people that are serving them food.
Yeah.
Like, and do like those jokes.
Who knows? They might have a separate life you don't know about.
I know them so well. They don't have any friends, dude. They don't have any friends.
They just go to People Watch.
And they get on the boat and they don't leave the boat.
That's absurd. That's the only reason to go. There's no other reason to do that.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even fathom, like, what that vacation, that they do it 3 or 4 times a year, too. And I always wondered, how do they do 3 or 4 cruises a year? I found out last night. And that was, because they don't have money. They're not fucking rich. They're just, like, regular-ass, middle-class, regular-ass motherfuckers, right? And I figured it out. They're able to go on all the cruises because they don't get off the boat.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fucking matter where they're going.
Yeah.
So you just get a deal on the fucking boat.
Yeah, they don't drink, right?
They do drink, but not very much. They're not big on drinking either.
Yeah, I mean, because they try to trick you on there for a $400 ticket or whatever. And then in reality, you spend $1,000 on alcohol, or you gamble it all away, or you shop, or whatever.
Wait, the booze aren't free?
Hell no. No, the beer's expensive as fuck.
Wait a minute.
The food is free. The food is free. So yeah, they're going and just eating the free food and not drinking and not doing anything. And I don't know why you would do that.
I don't know what they do. I'm so fascinated by it now.
I guess hang out by a pool. You get to hang out by a pool.
You can fucking do that at a hotel.
Yeah.
For way less money, probably. I don't know. I cannot believe, for the life of me, I cannot believe a person would go and have their boat, like, they don't see anything. I thought they were seeing the world, dude. That's what I thought was going on with them. Like, I thought they went on cruises all the time because they were like, we're seeing the fucking world, you know? We're going to go...
Yeah.
We're going to cruise around.
We're going to Mykonos.
And I'm like, they're fucking staying on the... They're fucking floating around in a mall.
Yeah, they are. They're living at a mall and trying not to spend anything.
I mean, basically...
living sheepishly in a mall.
Basically, it's like... If I'm not wrong... It's like Las Vegas. It's like being in one of the Vegas hotels.
That's what I was going to say is, why don't they go to Vegas? Like, you can get way more stuff comped.
They don't like Vegas. They always say once you get to Vegas, that they went once when I was growing up, but they said they don't like it. They like Atlantic City better because Vegas is like the more high level one. And again, they don't like people at all. I don't know why they do stuff. I was just
You're
shocked.
supposed to.
Yeah. I was shocked. I was
Supposed to.
extremely shocked about when he said we don't get off. We don't get off the boat, you know.
That's
It's just-
shocking.
it's weird, man. That is.
I would at least, like, take, like, a pound of cashews and put them in my bag and, like, try not to eat. I would still get some steps in. Like, I'd still go walk around.
I know. I mean, if you're in Puerto Rico, why don't you just go? If you're like
Go
already
take a peek.
there,
Go take a peek.
yeah, go see what's going on in Puerto Rico or the Bahamas. I don't think he even knows where they're going. He just said we always just go south. It's just like we go on that fucking thing and we go south.
Gotta get on it.
People's vacations are so fucking fascinating to me. They're so weird.
Yeah.
So the things people do, like I know so many people that do the same place every single year, and that's the only vacation they do. And it's just like in Columbus, it's like all my friends were like Myrtle Beach. We go to Myrtle Beach every single year, and Myrtle Beach is like hell. Apparently, I've never been there.
You never been to Myrtle Beach?
No, I know.
You can't complain.
I lost
man.
my Ohio white trash.
Shut up.
Credibility.
You don't even know what you're
Never
missing.
been
You don't even know what you're complaining about.
So, yeah. Well, we're back, everybody. We will be, the new mini-series will be starting soon. Probably next week. I think we're going to look at conservative Facebook guys.
Oh, fun.
The, what's his name? JP Sears and...
Pastor Greg Locke?
We could look at him.
I love that's more Holy Boys, but
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his. He's doing Holy Tent Revivals.
Yeah.
You gotta, you have a gift here.
Okay. I'm going to open this gift.
This one came from
Get my fat butt up.
Planet No Fat Phobia here.
Sorry.
Planet_creature
Oh my god.
on Twitter.
You saw where it came from? So I'm already excited.
They sent me a record, a German cosmic music record that is very cool. I'm gonna play it for all y'all, and then they wanted to get something for you. So this is from Twitter user Planet_creature. It's a very big box. It's a tall box.
I know, and I don't have a knife with me today.
What are you doing?
Because I'm wearing sweatpants, and I think it's weird. I've decided it's weird to carry a knife in sweatpants.
You have to be prepared, don't you?
I know. But I've lost so many knives, dude.
Due to sweatpants?
Well, I think sweatpants is part of it. I mean, the knife I have now is $80. I know it costs $80, but I got it for free because I found it on the ground.
Wow. So somebody else wearing it with sweatpants.
No, I think it was a worker because it happened at it was by one of those men working signs.
Uh-huh.
Sort of just laying on the ground by the men working sign. So.
Wow, that sounds great.
All right.
You got it?
All right. It is a long box. It could be a shotgun.
Can you send this in the mail like that?
I mean, it just looks like the shotgun that Arnold Schwarzenegger had in Terminator 2 when he had the roses.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about? Pulls out the roses.
You know what it is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. Kendo sticks!
All right.
Guess who's going to smack each other around on stage? Now
Wow.
we got to figure out how to travel with these.
Yeah, we're going to do like an Instagram live show or something first.
How are we going to get these on the airplane?
This will be our personal items when we fly.
Yeah. We're going to hit each other on stage. When we get back out, and that's another thing we're going to be doing, we'll be whacking each other around with kendo sticks.
Yeah.
This is fucking awesome, dude. We can whack each other around.
Yeah, I'm also down to get stapled, I think.
Me too.
Staple money. People of the crowd want to staple money to us. I
Yeah.
think that'll be another part of our live shows we're going to add.
VIP. I think we need a VIP setup like they do for Live Nation, except for we can whack each other
Get
around.
to hit us or staple us.
Yeah, because that sounds fun, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to get stapled.
I think stapling doesn't even seem that bad for a guy with tattoos.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know.
into it.
Somebody said I was hoping it would be a Sawzall.
Oh, yes.
Guys, people are very constantly DMing me and very worried about the Sawzall. I'm going to promise you one thing right now. I will not Sawzall myself for less than $200,000.
Okay, that's the number.
So you're safe. If you do a if you do a GoFundMe and you get 200 grand, I will let Brett Sawzall my ass.
Just let it bounce, but not cut.
Yeah, 3 seconds.
3 seconds of cut.
Is 3 seconds maybe too long?
That's a long
Let me
3
look at how
seconds.
long 3 seconds is. Real?
That's a long time.
Because I have my... Okay. Hold on. I'm going to start now. That's 3 seconds.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
You can do that. Yep, you can do that.
We're going to keep these in the studio. We will. We'll do an Instagram live or something and whack each other around a little bit.
A little bit of beating.
It'll be fun.
All right, thanks for listening. We'll be back taking your calls this Sunday night on Street Fight. We're getting started at 8 p.m. as always. 8 to 10 Sunday nights. And if you want to get more of us, it's over at patreon.com/streetfightradio. And I'll see you Sunday. You can also, I'm putting my music listening stuff on Instagram /StreetFightWCRS. So check it out. We're out. Peace. I gotta go.